Hello and welcome to Gen Z Reviews. I'm your host Sam, and today I'm going to be reviewing and demonstrating the Ubeesize Soft Box Lights. Let me try that again. Today I'm going to be reviewing and demonstrating the Ubeesize Soft Box Lights. First things first, what you see here is what I purchased. Yes, I know, obviously, yes, what I have is what I purchased. But I saw this and I thought, ooh, Ubeesize for only $85? And I figured, how bad could they really be? Somewhere along the line, something got mixed up. I distinctly remember looking at these lights and purchasing these lights. However, upon reviewing my order, it's showing Torjim softbox lights. Now all of this is just to say the link that I provide in the description from my order will take you to the Torjim softbox lights, not the Ubeesize lights. Now, onto our regularly scheduled program. These lights at max stand at just over 6 feet tall, which is definitely taller than me, and at its shortest, just over 3 feet. Connected to the wire, not sure how well we're going to be able to see this. Connected to the lights is a little power switch, on-off switch. Now, this does need to be on in the on position before you can use the provided remote, which I will show in just a moment. It needs to be in the on position before you can use the remote to turn the light on and off or control it in any way. Bright light, sorry. My apologies. Now, when powering off the lights, you can either use the switch on the lights or the little remote provided. I know it's quite dark. Maybe we'll bring it back here. This is the little remote provided. It is a bit cheesy. It's all plastic, which, I mean, how much can you really expect? I don't expect a, solid aluminum remote. So, in turning off the lights, you can, like I said, use either the switch on the lights or the remote. So, ooh, dark. And then back on. Don't want that one on. Just that one. There we go. You have quite a few options here to control the lights. So you have 100%, 50%. I don't know why it's controlling this one and not this one. 50%. Or you can use the brightness up and down on the remote. That's the dimmest it can go. Or you can bring it to 5% automatically. Bring that back up to 100. You can do cool, which is very blue. Warm, which is very yellow-orange. And natural, which was what I had it at just a moment ago. Or you can use the warm and cool next to the brightness here on either side. Can make it just a little bit warmer or completely warm, and vice versa. You can make it a little bit cooler or completely cool. Now, this is powered by batteries, 2 AAA batteries, and that's what you heard kind of bouncing around before was the little battery cover. Makes a lot of noise. But all in all, it works very well. It's very responsive. Only thing that I'm a little upset about with this is just how flimsy the little back cover is, so that can break pretty easily if you're not careful. Now, the lights themselves, they look good in perspective, but they're just they're a bit wobbly. They've got a little bit of flex. Now, technically, these should be weighted down. Unfortunately, these lights did not come with weights. So, the weights I'm currently using is just some marbles, glass beads that technically go in a not technically, they do go in a fish tank. So that's what's being used to hold my lights. But this, I'm not sure how well we can see this. This actually came with the frame I'm using for my backdrop. Please excuse the way it looks. I know it's very wrinkly. I haven't quite gotten around to finding a proper steamer for it yet, but I am working on it. But this is what's currently being used to hold my lights in place, even though these are technically for the frame of my backdrop. But it works just as well for the lights. They're technically sandbags, but you can use whatever you want. You can put actual sand in it. You can use gems like I showed you. You can even go out into your backyard and collect some rocks that you can put in there and hold it in place. These are, again, I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to see this. These are double zippered. So there's a zipper on the inside and on the outside on both sides. So you can put sand or rocks in this side and in this side, so that it holds your lights or your backdrop frame in place. Also included with the lights is a little booklet. I'm trying to bring it back this way so you can see it. Basically shows how to install, I don't know how you install a tripod, so to speak. You just open up and you're good to go. However, the light bulb is what holds the whole softbox open. So the light bulb needs to be in before you can really do anything else with it. And the diffuser here just sticks on with a bit of Velcro. Unfortunately, that doesn't stay on very well, and it's a bit cheesy, but it does do the job. It gets the job done. So you can see here just how easily even just the corner slips off here. And then the Velcro is pretty tough, but the corners just slip off a bit too easily. So, you know. But they work. Also, now if you noticed, you can kind of see the LEDs on this one. Now, there is a diffuser for the light itself. It's just a little bit of plastic. It's like a little plastic dome. I'm gonna just pop this back on. There we go. Also, for the light, you'll notice when you purchase it and you open it up, this is like a little nub cover for the light bulb so it doesn't get damaged in shipping. Obviously, or not obviously. If you prefer, if you take this apart, when you take this apart, you can always put this back on just to protect the actual threads, quote unquote, of the light bulb itself. And for each of the tripods, they do have threads on the top, which is just, it's not that the lights thread on to the tripods themselves. I'm not sure why it's threaded, but they do provide these little thread covers so that the threads don't get damaged. Again, I'm not sure why the tops of the tripods are threaded, seeing as the lights don't actually thread onto the tripods. I'm going to bring this back. Stick it in place. And there's a little like thumb screw here where you can tilt these all the way up. So they're like pointing directly at your ceiling, or you can have them pointing all the way down. I'm not sure how well that's picking up in camera. pointing all the way down. I suppose if you're doing something like on the floor, or you just have these raised up really high. And then you have the Ubeesize logo. I'm back, and at this point, I'm basically just showing the base of the tripod, so to speak, of the light, as well as the sandbag that's holding it in place. But also, you can just see a little bit better how wobbly this actually is. Now, once you get it set in place, it's fine. As long as you're not, you know, smacking it around or running into it, it'll stay exactly where you put it. Again, I also apologize for my very wrinkly background. I promise it's not a sheet or a curtain of any kind. I will also be linking to this in the description if you prefer to get one for yourself. Now that we've reached the end of the video, I just want to make one last mention. There really isn't much more to go on about these lights. They're very simple, very straightforward. Even with these weighted down, even if you just nudge it a little bit, they're pretty stable. Once you have them set and weighted, they're not going anywhere. You'd have to really push it to get it to tip over in any capacity. Now for the disclaimer. I give my opinion on this product, and it's just my opinion. I'm no expert in the field of lighting, professional lighting, or anything like that, and other people's opinions may differ. To keep my reviews independent and free of conflicts of interest, my personal policies for reviews are: this video receives no payment or compensation for advertising. This video receives no payment or other compensation for reviews of products or services. If I did not pay full retail price for a product being reviewed, I will explicitly state that in the review. Unless explicitly stated, I have no affiliation or relationship with the supplier of a product being reviewed. However, any and all Amazon links are affiliate links. This channel does receive a small commission at no additional cost to you, the buyer. Acceptance of a free sample does not guarantee a favorable review. My rule of thumb is I'm not going to embarrass a supplier or product manufacturer or the retailer, but I will call out any scams or if it may seem as though it is. When I review a product, whether I like it or not, does not factor into my review. It is whether or not the product is useful, worth the cost, or it's of quality. Now, are these of quality? They are quite a bit wobbly, and the diffuser is a bit cheesy, but as long as you aren't running into them, they won't fall over. Now, as I mentioned, the weights I'm using are technically for the backdrop I'm using. These did not come with weights. You must provide your own. That is another thing that kind of grinds my gears a little bit, if you will. But it's not the end of the world. They're still really good lights. They still work really well. And, I mean, all in all, they're just pretty decent. You can't expect, studio quality lights for $85. But, all in all, I would definitely recommend them if you're starting out with minor video production, like stuff on YouTube, or you're starting off with, just taking pictures of certain things, things you want to sell, or you're modeling jewelry or clothes in your, spare time. This works for something as simple as that. Right now, this is to show how everything packs up, folds up, and gets put away. The softbox gets folded up like a regular brand umbrella and goes into the baggie, as you can see. The foldable, extendable tripods do not have a bag to go in. The light bulb and remote go into one box, and the diffuser goes into a little plastic baggie that is off camera at the moment. But they all go into the duffel bag that you can see in the back there, and everything just kind of ends up becoming sort of like a rattle can because it doesn't fit snug. It's a bit too big, but I'm not traveling with it, and that's good enough for what I use it for. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video useful or helpful, please give it a like, share the video, and please be sure to subscribe to get notified of when I post a video. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.